Hello, hello, hello. Are you an angry, stressed person? Well, if you are, you're in the right place. Look, your body is telling you that there's some stuff going on, and it isn't about getting more angry. It's about being curious and starting to have a little look under the bonnet. You know, the men of you listening to this, you'll relate to that. If there's something boiling away in the engine of your car, you're not going to ignore it, are you? You're going to lift the bonnet up and you're going to have a little bit of a look in and be curious as to, what's going on here. I work a lot with business owners, and I'm a business owner, and you can be under stress at times. However, when the stress becomes too much, you can activate the nervous system. Now, the nervous system it's a great tool. It's there to let us know. So it's not giving yourself a hard time if you're angry or bringing shame in on yourself. It's actually just noticing. You know, I write about this in my book. Back in my 30s, I had so much anger. Now, this anger was unresolved trauma. It was unprocessed trauma. And this anger, I was throwing it out, and it was landing on my 8-year-old son. And he's an adult now. But I knew I was not in a good way. So I sought support, went and saw a counsellor. The rest is history, because I haven't looked back. Friggin' thrive on learning and growing and learning about myself. So if you're an angry, stressed person, your nervous system is activated. And when your nervous system is activated, you fight, flight, freeze quite easily. And if you're in a relationship, your partner is not going to like being on the receiving end of your anger and your stress. So it's about being able to take 100% responsibility for it. And that's what I want to talk about today. So you're listening to me, so there's a level of curiosity in you. So the first place to go to is awareness, and really tapping in with yourself as to what's under this anger. Why is it here? Being able to name it, okay, it's here. Anger is the strongest energy, particularly if it's rage. But as human beings, you've got to learn how to manage this anger. And is it present day stuff, or is it triggering on stuff way back when you were younger and it's buried deep? So it's having that awareness around this. Have you got stuff bubbling up from way back? So some really helpful things that can help you with anger is, number one, learning how to vent the anger. So I don't have to vent like I used to vent, because previously, anytime I had niggles, annoyances, frustrations, resentment, I used to store it away. Imagine a Coke bottle inside of me, and I would just store it away, put a lid on it. But eventually that lid is going to pop, and that Coke bottle, i.e. my anger, would explode. And that's what was happening for me. I don't store away my anger anymore. I'm actually really present. So if I have any anger, I attend to it. I process it. I be with it. And whether it's journaling, meditation, walking, running. I used to play the drums. I used to love bashing out my anger in the drums. It depends on how much of the anger is today anger, or it's stuff that you haven't processed. Often we can have unprocessed trauma. If you've got a huge amount of anger inside of you, it is your responsibility to process that anger. And that's not something we're going to do on this video. But I encourage you to perhaps start moving your body. That's a really good one, like a boxing bag, heading into a cushion, a pool noodle that you hit, finding ways to move that energy out of your body. Running in the pool, running up and down, moving that energy. You know, anger, when it's not sprayed out on anybody else, is actually its passion for yourself, which is a great energy. But it's when you use this anger to blame and to hurt somebody else because you're in pain and you haven't processed your shit, that's not good. You've got to learn how to do it. So if you have anger and stress and your nervous system is a bit activated, your body's letting you know. Look, for me, when I'm in that place, I just know I need some nurturing. I need to slow it down. I need less stimulation, less phone, less TV, less phone calls, less everything outside, and bring it back and come in and be connected into the body. Go out into nature, swim in the ocean. If you can't do that, meditation, journaling, all of those things are really, really helpful. So it's bringing in the awareness. That is key. Self-awareness. What self-care practice can I do today, tonight, that can help start to regulate my nervous system? Because this stuff doesn't go away. It's got to be attended to. Being able to have acceptance. Often when we are stressed, we're perhaps not meeting reality. We can be living in a bit of a dreamland of how we would like something to be. Yet it's not reality, and it can create stress. So next time you're beating yourself up because your body is stressed and you've got some anger, instead of judging yourself, slow down, bring in curiosity. I see anger a bit like a fruitcake. Just stay with me. So imagine a fruitcake, Christmas cake, fruitcake, okay? And the top of the cake has got icing. So that's your anger. And inside the fruitcake, the almonds, the cherries, the nuts, the sultanas, they're all the different emotions under the anger. And, resentment, shame, guilt, rage, embarrassment, frustration, overwhelm, loneliness, whatever's there. But often we get stuck at anger. So this video is an invitation to bring in some curiosity. What is under my anger? Sit round a fire on the weekend. Light a fire out in the back garden. Or if you're somewhere where you do have fires because it's cold enough, sit in front of that fire. What is under my anger? Put on some music that might create some movement inside. But anger is an invitation. What's going on inside of me? Why is this anger here? It's about peeling all of the layers back and having a little bit of a look in. Because the anger, sometimes can go way back to when you were younger. Not having a voice, feeling not seen, not heard, not important. And your beautiful partner is activating anger inside of you, but you're actually blaming your partner. But you know what? Your partner is a gift, because your partner is shining a light or a torch on the unhealed processed trauma that is inside your body, and it is your responsibility to heal it. So if you've got anger, stop blaming everybody else, because that's called a projection, and start looking inside. Look, I used to have so much anger, and I was always hoping that somebody had come and save me. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to fix you. Nobody's going to heal you. In fact, you are already whole. But you have parts in you that you perhaps haven't connected with. Parts inside of you that need some attention, some love, some nurturing. So, bring in some curiosity. Sit around your fire and start asking yourself good quality questions. I'm angry and I'm stressed. What is under it? What's going on for me? What's the unmet need inside of myself? And start there. You've got to start somewhere. And, often we're on YouTube and Facebook looking for answers. But all of the answers are inside of you. And I encourage you, have a little bit of a look inside. And look, if any of this is speaking to you, I've written a great book. It's called Inner Wealth. And this will prod and poke you a bit more and help you find some answers. And it may even trigger you, which is a great thing, because there's unhealed trauma inside of you. And that's the whole idea of why I wrote my book. So have a little look on Google. It's in the show notes also, Inner Wealth, From Pain to Purpose, because you don't have to live in this pain. You don't have to live in anger, and you don't have to live in stress. We can actually get a bit addicted to stress because we like the adrenaline. However, if you are stressed, your nervous system is activated. You're not balanced. And when you're not balanced, you react. And when you react, you can have fights with your partner. So it's a win-win if you go inside and start having a look. Anyway, love you and leave you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.